Hello, my friends. Today is July the 23rd, and this is a psychic reading for you if this is your birth date. I do psychic readings, I do healing work nearly 40 years. Check out my credits. I do a lot of internet readings. You want a reading today? This is a 4 card pull to cover the year to follow, a lens card to look at the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you could take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card about 5 to 10 minutes long. Bear with me. This is the lens card. It is the seed. Oh, what does the seed talk about? The seed talks about so much. There's always, a sense of the adult in the seed. There's always a sense of what we become. What we are is where we came from, and there was, a seed that created us, and we are an image of the original seed. And we are in that original seed, and there's what we plant as our seeds will be in the next generations. There will be an image of that. So there's a continuation of the seed. There's also a sense of the seed is, what you wish to plant. What are you trying to plant? What is the thing that you want to create? Are you looking for future generations? Are you looking for 7 generations down the road to be, to have this beautiful growth that is now bearing fruit? Is this a long-term seed? And another sense of the seed is, often seeds are just, put in the soil, but sometimes seeds have to be shocked. They have to go through a winter, or they have to sit in some water for a while, or they have to be given some heat, or they have to be, here's another example of the seed. In an oyster, when a piece of sand or grit or something gets into the oyster and it starts to put nacre around it makes a pearl, that seed pearl. It came from an irritant. So the seed is a lot about different things that create us and pattern us, and how much we are a pattern from the past as well as we are a pattern into the future. And what is the pattern that you're wishing to create, or what is the pattern that you're wishing to look at and maybe break and stick some new seeds in the ground. So this is all about what you're seeding for the future, and where you've come from, and what has been seeded inside of you. Maybe it's the longest, line of humanity possible, from the very beginning to this point in time and into the future. Maybe it's just, looking from your mother or your father to you right now, and what are your kids going to be seeded by? What are your plantings in your children, and how are they going to be nurtured and fed and improved by the seeds that you put? So wherever you're putting your seeds. So this is your particular challenge. Interesting. The sun. And seeds need the sun. Seeds need the sun, and you need to shine. You need to shine your brightest and find your authenticity, and call the light down on you because it is available to you. And I think that's the challenge, is believing right now that you're worthy, believing that the sun wants you, allows you, wants to feed you, wants to heal you, wants to give you what it is there for all the sun's children, the sunflowers. The sunflowers reach through amazing things to reach, 10, 15 feet tall, and have hundreds and hundreds of seeds on each beautiful head that stretches up to the sky. And they start from a tiny little seed, and they defy gravity. These beautiful, tall, really heavy things blowing in the wind. So this is all about, are you going to be yourself this year? There's a challenge to you being your lightest self, your brightest self, your cleanest and most sacred self. Reaching for the sun, and the sun receiving you back and feeding you, so that your seeds can be multiplied and give back to the earth, and have the progeny that are needed. So this is not about just having babies. This is about anything you wish to create. Are you feeding your creations light? Are you giving them light? Are you giving whatever you build a sense of you're worthy, you're loved? Here's your rain, here's your water, here's your food, here's your sun. If you need some extra sun, I can bring in some lamps. If you need less sun, I can put you into the shade. I can build a cloth over you. I take care of my seeds. I help them to grow so that they can become true to themselves. So I guess this is about why aren't you being true to yourself this year? Something feels like it stops you on some level. It seems like it's mostly about a sense of maybe the outside stops you, but it just feeds maybe a sense of self-doubt and a sense of unworthiness and a sense of pain that you might have inside of you. But remember the pearl, the seed pearl, sometimes it's the grit that makes the pearl, the seed pearl happen. So this is the grit right now. This might be the grit that is forming you into the most authentic and beautiful and sunshiny being that you can possibly imagine. So how can you understand your grit? How can you understand your aggravation or your irritation? Pay very close attention to it this year, because that's the key. That's the key to your seed becoming the fullest plant it can possibly be, because it's something that irritates you, and you have to put some beautiful layers of love and beauty around it. You have to work with this seed, this irritant, to find out why it irritates you, and what is irritating about it, and how you can comfort it, how you can hold it, how you can put beauty around it, how you can wrap it in an understanding that it is beautiful, and it will create beauty. Or maybe it's your inner child that's calling you. Maybe it's just some pain that is in this present day life. Maybe it's attached to past lives. Doesn't really matter. It's all cyclical. It's all connected. It's all universal. It's all humanitarian. I mean, these are common things that happen to each of us. Some get stronger senses of it than others at different points in their lives. So this is about your ability to shine on yourself and shine on your project, whatever that project or baby or thing is. So it's asking you to look at yourself. Here's the action to take. Snake. Snake is a very fertile being. Look at all the eggs that snake wraps itself around. Snake is a great sense of mover with the earth and the earth rhythms, and understands the flow of things. Snake also sheds its skin when the skin no longer fits it, and I think that's the key here. You can be more productive, you can have more eggs, but you have to shed your old skin first. You have to let go of some ideas or some self-made limitations, or some limitations that others have placed upon you that don't really serve you. You have to look at those and do some cleansing. You have to open yourself up to being the sun, and remembering that you're sacred and holy, and you have a right to grow. You have a right to prosper. You have a right to flower and send your seeds back to the earth so they can sprout again. So whatever is stopping you here, the snake is here to say, you just got to keep learning how to let go, let go, let go, surrender, surrender, surrender. Let go of negative things that don't serve you any longer. Let go of negative habits that don't serve you any longer. Let go of negative thoughts that don't serve you any longer. Let go of negative fire that doesn't serve you any longer. Burning things up and burning bridges and tearing down demolishing everything and starting new is not necessarily always the best way to do it. And I think the snake is saying, sometimes using your fire in a balanced way, using your air, your mentality in a balanced way, using your heart in a balanced way, using your emotions, intuitions in a balanced way, using your body in a balanced way, means always being in touch with all those levels, and keeping looking at them with discernment, so you can leave behind. Here's the last card. Beautiful leaves falling out of this person's chakras, the second and third chakra, the sense of power in the body. The sense of the will is leaving behind things that no longer serve it. It's leaving behind golden leaves that are, going back into the earth to give back to the earth. So this is about releasing yourself from some old dynamics that have penned you in and locked you up and kept you down and negated your sense of being righteous and powerful and sacred and worthy of the sun to shine, so that your seeds can be planted with wisdom and grow to serve future generations, and your energies can be free to be more authentic and more fertile in the years to come, as you shed your skins that do not work, as you leave behind the thoughts and patterns that do not fit you any longer, as you trust you will be taken care of along the way, and the light will keep feeding you, and you will be sacred in your own mind, beyond the mind of Creator Aho.